book tonight, and it just seemed like no caution fell the way you needed it to.
Yeah, that's a really good summary, actually. I was about to say the same thing. I missed pit road or pit box, and honestly, it wasn't maybe a terrible thing. It put us in position to capitalize on the first caution that came out. The problem was, it's the second caution that came out after that. That really did us in. We had 10 lap older tires than the rest of the field at that point, and I think we're going to finish maybe anywhere from second, third, or fourth to I don't even know where we finished at that point. And then again, the caution came out with the 88 truck. I think that was the last one of the night, and I think we racked back out at like 27th place. It was somewhere like way back in the pack. I don't even know, but had those cautions fell a little differently, it would have been easier to get those 11 points that we needed tonight. So stinks, right? Not good, but they play out like that sometimes. You get in these positions from the whole season. Obviously, our regular season didn't go the way we wanted. There's a few races that come to mind right away. Rockingham, power steering failure, like right away. Homestead, we got caught up in a turn one, lap one wreck from having to go to the back after a mechanical issue in qualifying. So, there's stuff like that we could clean up, and I think it would have been a different story night. But it's just part of it.
It's 2 years since your championship now, and it's been a slog. I mean, what is this team doing behind the scenes that maybe we don't see to stay resilient, even as this has been a struggle?
They're putting as much hours as I've ever seen. They're working as hard as I've ever seen. It just seems like we need a little bit more pace right now. So there's a whole, you can point your finger at like anything, right? But obviously some of those low-hanging fruit items, the mechanical issues that we had earlier on, that would have changed the story for tonight. But yeah, the pace, we've got to find that still. We've had moments of brilliance throughout the year, same with my teammates, but we need that consistent speed that some of our competitors have, like obviously the 11 truck.
So is the rest of the season just trying to find that consistency for next season?
So if I knew Duke Thorson, which I think I do now after running for Duke for so many years, he's going to say absolutely. The rest of the season is R&D to him, which, he's probably bittersweet in that regard, because now we get to kind of try things and do things we didn't think we could do. So you're no longer in a box. I don't necessarily have to run for points, and we can set ourselves up for, the end of the race for wins. We weren't able to do that at Watkins Glen last week and quite a few races now. So that's, I guess, the silver lining if there is one.
Are you a team player in that sense that, your teammates are racing for a championship, so do you kind of become the guy that tries things for them?
I would like to be. Now, if they use that, that's a different story. We all, crew chiefs and drivers, especially crew chiefs, are all pretty stubborn. They all really like what they like. So, I might find something that could be like 5 seconds faster from the field. I don't know if somebody else would necessarily use it, though. It's just kind of the nature of the sport.
We've seen the 98 truck be lights out fast here a couple of years in a row now. Has the rest of the organization tried to mimic what they're doing over there?
There's attempts, I suppose, but they're constantly changing and evolving that package. It's tough, too, because unless you're hanging right over top of somebody's shoulder, when we're building these trucks, like this truck this week was built this week. So you're just trying to get your truck together the way that you think is best, let alone, we're running down to the wire, let alone trying to do exactly as somebody else. There's almost not enough time in that regard to do that. So maybe there could be some preparation in regards to having those decisions made sooner, but a lot of this is, like I said, done as an evolving process. You're constantly trying to get better every year. There's rule changes that come out every year. The underbody stuff that's come out this year is throwing, I think, a lot of people for a loop. So, there's, and even like you go back further, like years back, some of your notes you can't really use. We have bump springs now and all this different stuff that wasn't really there years ago.